It's early spring, one of my favorite times to get out into the woods. Today I'm heading out for an overnight to explore a small crownland lake. This particular lake has always intrigued me. I once set eyes on it nearly 20 years ago, but I've never had the opportunity to camp here. It's quite small and can be difficult to access. However, this almost guarantees solitude and, with any luck, good brook trout fishing. Alright, just made it into a nice little crownland lake. A bit of a rough drive in, but always a nice little adventure. Just starting to rain. We get the canoe unloaded and see if we can find a camp spot. All right, we're ready to go. Dog is... What are you doing? Yeah, you ready to go, aren't you? You ready to go? Yeah. I think she's ready. We're gonna head out in the canoe and see if we can find ourselves a camp spot. Just a small little lake here, but it's 30 feet deep to the left of me and 20 feet deep to the right. So supposed to be good for brook trout, so let's hope we can get some of those. And I do see a camp spot up ahead, so I think I'm gonna get in there and unload the gear. The dog's making me a bit nervous. She doesn't have a lot of experience in the canoe. A little bit up at the cottage, but I'd rather get my gear to shore, and then if we ever went for a swim later, it'd only be my fishing gear. Yeah, a little spot right here, it looks like. You want to get out? Go ahead. Good girl. So one thing you really got to be careful when you're moving fire pits. Just want to make sure that the ground is not all filled with roots and stuff. This appears to be pretty much all dirt here, and I'm also lining the bottom with rocks just to make sure that it doesn't burn into the ground. I can't have a fire down at the point, it's just way too windy. It's way too exposed here. So the weather's supposed to be coming in. Supposed to be getting some rain this afternoon and I think through the night. So we're gonna get the tarp set up and make sure that we're kind of batten down the hatches, and then definitely like to get some fishing action in. Really like to catch a few, or one little brookie for supper tonight. We'll see. Okay, just got this ridge line set up. Set the tarp up facing east, or blocking the east, because that's where most of the wind's coming from. So this is a new Amazon purchase. What up, bird? Ivy's having a lot more fun now that we're on shore. She's been able to rip around here. No one else around, so nothing else to really worry about. So it even comes with guy lines and aluminum stakes. So I'm going to stake it down here and then work on my prusik knots to tension this. Yeah, she's raining pretty good now. All right, tarp is up. So basically just a ridge line and then 2 front stakes. You could use like trekking poles or something. It's good and deep. I would say it's probably 4 or 5 feet deep. So 4 or 5 feet deep, that'll give me lots of coverage from this rain that's coming in. And we'll see how it all goes. All right, so I always put down 5X. Protects my mat from the ground. Kind of gives a clean place to sit. All right. And I got old ridge rest, thermal rest, ridge rest, so I'll put that down. There she be. I wasn't sure how protected I'd be with the tarp and depending on the rain, so I bought my SOL skate bivvy. So I use this in some expedition adventure races, and basically waterproof, breathable bivvy sack to go over your sleeping bag. My sleeping bag's down, so I do not want to get it wet. So this will be the protectant for that. I think it's just about time for a Muskoka detour. Then we got to get some firewood together. Cheers, my friends. Well, hello. Careful. Careful there, it's sharp. You gonna sleep under here too, eh, girl? Yeah? You're all dirty. With a slight lull in the rain, I decided to try some fishing from the canoe while I could. Going into shore. And fast. Okay. Ivy's got her sleeping bag out. She's nuzzling around a little bit. Just taking a break for some lunch. I made some homemade pizzas last night on naan, so I'm just gonna have that. Getting pretty hungry. So I did lower the one side of the tarp. Still learning with this tarp stuff, so the water was starting to pool right in the center, so it's now going off nicely to one side. So just trying this MEPS #2 bucktail, white and red with bucktail. Had good luck with it before. Let's see. So here's the beauty of the luxury of being able to bring the DeWalt battery powered saw. I just took down a spruce tree about 8 inches across. Bone dry, standing, dead. It's not hardwood, but it'll be fantastic for tonight. So the one thing with spruce, it can be a bit of a bugger to split. It's for a softwood, it's one of the harder ones to split for sure. I only brought my hatchet, so I got through one piece, but it's making me work for it. What are you doing? Why are you climbing on me? Why? What are you doing? No. Helps if you hit it in the same spot too. There we go. Oh, thanks. So it's nice and dry. I always found you use the upside down wood, hitting it on the back of the hatchet adds a lot more power to it. However, I've broken a couple hatchets doing it as well. As I got further into the spruce tree, the second section that I brought back had bark on part of it, and it would just flake off, but it kept in enough moisture that it's actually rotted the outside of the outside round of the tree, and you can see the moisture in the wood. Check this out. So you can see the outside round is all rotted. The inside wood's fine, but you can see all the moisture. Those darker lines is all moisture in the wood. What are you doing? She just wants to climb up on me. Don't you? How come? You're like, why are we out here? It's rainy. Why are we out here? It's rainy. Oh.
I really enjoy camping with others, but going solo a couple times a year really gives you time to reflect on the things we are fortunate for, the people we appreciate in our lives, goals we want to achieve, and just being at quiet peace with the surroundings of nature.
Yeah, rain's coming down pretty good now. Kind of confined to the shelter at this point. I'm just checking out a couple things. The depth map of this lake and practicing some knots that I printed offline. So here's the depth map of the lake. We came in down here, and this is a big shallow bay. Come up through these narrows, and then you can see it goes down to 30 feet here. Follow this shoreline here and paddle down in this corner, and then we're camped right here on this point. So you can see it does drop off decently there. It's about 20 feet in the center. And I did walk over to this point here and fish as well. You can see there's a big drop off there, but no luck so far. Ivy's shivering over here underneath a sleeping bag, but she jumped in the lake and she's soaked. That is not helping. So I'm gonna warm up some water in an Nalgene bottle and stick it in with her, and that should get her warmed up. Lots of birch bark. It's time to get the fire going. It's getting pretty chilled with this wind and rain. Amazon find, I think that's called pocket bellows, and they work really well for really isolating, blowing on the fire, and they're super small. All right, I gotta get a line up to throw to hang the food for the night. Found a branch here on this oak tree. It's a little ways up there, but I think I can get it. Ivy, is your new friend a real fun guy? Ooh. All right, sausages are done. And on the rice and broccoli and peppers. We should be ready to eat anytime. All right, chow time. A little bit of hot sauce. Love that pump.
Just before bed, this little guy stopped in for a visit.
Keep this fire going for just a little bit longer and then head to bed. So we'll catch you all in the morning. Good night. It's like 3 a.m. Started to thunder and a whole bunch of lightning. So I'm gonna lower this tarp down a little bit here in the front. Hey girl. If it's it is blowing in here from the west now, so I'm worried that I'm going to get blasted with rain right inside the shelter. So I brought a second small tarp here, and I'd set it up for wind before, but I've kind of closed this end right off and then lowered the front down a lot. Ivy's a little stressed from the thunder. It's okay, girl. It's just starting to rain again. Morning all. Did not have the greatest sleep last night. I had the winds kept me up for the first part of the night, and then around 3 that thunderstorm rolled in, thunder and lightning, and that kept me awake for quite a long time. So not feeling the most refreshed, but did not get wet at all. Tarp held up fine, so that was good. Anyway, need some coffee now. Good morning, girl. Good morning. Good morning. That storm was something else that came through around 3. Just a ton of lightning, thunder. Definitely kept me up. I was not able to sleep during that time. So we'll see about doing a little fishing today. I gotta head home, back to work tomorrow. So I've basically got the day though. So do some fishing, pack up, and head out. I could explore a little bit in the Jeep, driving these access roads, so that's always fun. So just having a simple breakfast this morning. A bunch of these backpacking meals that were given to me from a friend, and some of them are starting to get expired. So I'm gonna have this. It's hot blueberry, walnut, oats, and quinoa cereal. The last one that I had, I didn't enjoy very much. It was oatmeal consistency as well. Anyway, I want to eat them up, and this expired February 2023, so it's long expired, but yeah, we'll eat it. It'll be fine. I've eaten worse, definitely. What's wrong with you? Come eat your breakfast. What are you squeaking about? All right, it's the moment of truth. Yeah, smells a lot like the other one, like it needs like brown sugar or something. Although there's a lot of blueberries in here. It's okay. It's better than the other one. But just not quite sweet enough. Okay, so I was practicing my knots in the rain there, and a prusik knot will like allow you to cinch something. It's used a lot by climbers, and they'll actually be able to climb a rope going up by basically when you pull down on the prusik, it grabs, and then when you push up, it'll slide, and then grab and slide. So they're able to go up ropes, but it's also great for tensioning tarp on a guy line. So you just wrap it around, put it through again, and then you can just pull. And then if you hook this end onto your tarp, and then just pull the prusik sideways, and you can see it won't pull back. It's nice and tight, so you can put lots of tension on it to keep it from sliding down your tarp. And then when you want to release, you just have to push it back, undo, and away you go. Voila. So you will need a piece of rope like that that's basically just tied in the loop. There you go. I'm learning, and hopefully so are you. Just gonna put all these rocks back down to the original fire pit since this was not here. Get this cleaned up, and then hopefully have it so you can't even tell that there was a fire here. You like your little mushroom friend, don't you? Oh, sheepers, dog. If you look close, you could tell there's a fire there, but it's pretty darn good. I like to leave no trace if I can. Unfortunately, a lot of people aren't like that. So there's a lot of garbage actually by the Jeep where we park, so I'm going to grab that stuff and bring it out. The site itself is pretty clean, but it doesn't get used much. There's not a lot of people that get in here, so just wish I could get some fish. Like, what's going on with that? Amazon tarp worked well last night. No issues, no leaks. All right, all tidied up. Looks pretty good up here. And who wouldn't want to come to a campsite and have this little pile of wood waiting for them? Got your prep and your wood. Beautiful. What do you think? Eh? Well, it wraps up a short overnight. Definitely not the nicest weather, but it was fairly warm. Didn't get a whole lot of sleep with the thunderstorms and the winds and stuff, but nonetheless, always fun to get out, and nice to learn some new things like the Prusik knot. I didn't really know how to do that before, and learning more about the tarp setups. Try a little fishing on the way out and see if we can get into anything. The wind is blowing a bit, which makes it difficult, especially with the dog. She's not real settled in the boat yet, so we'll see how that goes, and then do some exploring on the forest access roads on the way out. Hop in. Hop in. Do your part. That's all we can do, is help clean up after others.
Always great to get out and explore a new lake and camp spot. This one was a gem, and I've been wanting to check it out for some time. Unfortunately, the fishing and weather had their own plans, but nonetheless, any night camping out in the woods is something to be thankful for. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, thanks for watching.